Children develop a lifelong love of reading when they have access to a variety of reading materials and consistently experience creative ways to read. Reading is a family affair. According to Dr. Rudine Sims Bishop, books are windows to see the world and others. Books are mirrors to see yourself. Books are sliding glass doors that allow you to step into the story and create a human connection. After about 30 minutes of reading, you may notice that books are also warm blankets to help you feel safe, rested, and relaxed. Books are truly foundational building blocks to endless opportunities. Reading is really all about helping kids find their voice, discover who they are as a person, and that who they are matters. We know that reading is a critical skill and all parents want their children to succeed. Today, we will address common parental questions about the who, what, when, where, and the how of raising lifelong readers. It is not advisable to use reading as a punishment or chore. Why put a limit on fun or use as punishment what is supposed to be loved by our children? Rather, aim to keep reading as a positive family activity that occurs naturally and multiple times throughout the day, ideally by all members of the family. So, how much time should our children be reading daily? Testing data has shown that children who read a minimum of 20 minutes per day typically pass standardized assessments. However, the highest achievers read on average 65 minutes or more per day, which is 4.3 million words a year. Don't be alarmed by 65 minutes. Children don't need to read all 65 minutes at once. The highest achievers have a consistent lifestyle of reading throughout their day. Be a literacy role model for your children. Most children pay more attention to what we do than to what we say. So let them catch you reading and talking about a variety of print and online materials. Keep a variety of books, magazines, and materials that appeal to each member of the family. Yes, car magazines too. Again, we want children to associate books with love and not dread. We can do that by sharing a book and consistently spending time together. Some quick tips to remember when reading aloud are to read stories in a language that's most comfortable for you. The local libraries have an abundance of books available in multiple languages. Focus on the experience and discussion, and don't worry if you don't finish the entire book in one setting, especially with young children. Avoid interruptions by turning off TVs and cell phones. This action shows your children that they are your first priority and reading time is important to you. Let's share a book together. How Will We Get to the Beach is a classic guessing game story by Bridget Luciani and illustrations by Eve Tharlett. Roxanne is headed to the beach with a turtle, an umbrella, a book, a ball, and her baby. However, the car won't start, so Roxanne has to find another way to get to the beach. The only problem is that whenever Roxanne comes up with a new way to get to the beach, she discovers she must leave something behind. Whenever you hear me ask, "What is it?" feel free to pause the video and take a guess with your child. One beautiful summer day, Roxanne decided to go to the beach. Everything she wanted to take with her could be counted on the fingers of one hand. The turtle, the umbrella, the thick book of stories, the ball, and of course, her baby. But the car wouldn't start. "Then we'll take the bus to the beach," said Roxanne. But something couldn't go with them. What was it? The little green turtle. Animals weren't allowed on the bus. "We can't go to the beach without the turtle," cried Roxanne. "Then we'll ride our bike to the beach," she said. But something couldn't go with them. What was it? What do you think it is? The orange spotted ball. The ball wouldn't fit on the bicycle. "We can't go to the beach without the ball," cried Roxanne. "Then we'll ride our skateboard to the beach," she said. But something couldn't go with them. What was it? The big yellow umbrella. Roxanne didn't have a free hand to hold it. "We can't go to the beach without the umbrella," cried Roxanne. "Then we'll ride our kayak to the beach," she said. But something couldn't go with them. What was it? The thick blue book of stories. The kayak was very wobbly and the book might get wet. "We can't go to the beach without the book," cried Roxanne. "Then we'll fly in a balloon to the beach," she said. But something couldn't go with them. What was it? Roxanne's baby. He wouldn't climb aboard because he was afraid of flying. "We can't go to the beach without my baby," cried Roxanne. "He's more important than all the other things. I wouldn't go anywhere without my baby." Roxanne sighed. "How will we ever get to the beach?" What do you think she'll do? Just then, a farmer passed by with his horse and cart. He was on his way to the beach to sell cherries. So they piled aboard. Roxanne, the green turtle, the big yellow umbrella, the thick blue book of stories, the orange spotted ball, and of course, her baby. And they had a wonderful time. I sure hope you had a wonderful time guessing with me during our story. We just stepped into a day in Roxanne's reading life, and there's a lot we can learn from her. Roxanne was the who telling our story, and she was an unstoppable literacy role model for her child. Did you know that reading aloud to children every day puts them almost a year ahead of children who do not receive daily read-alouds? Have fun making voices for the characters and silly noises to match the story. Your children will love it, and no one is judging you. The goofier, the better. You can't mess up. Making story time cozy and fun shows children that reading is a good source of love and entertainment. In the book, the mother, Roxanne, read to her child. Your child's reading partners may vary. It can be any significant person in their life and can take place face-to-face or online. Creating family book clubs may even provide a way to explore and discuss difficult topics in a safe way. Your child will develop a deeper understanding of books, consider others' perspectives on the same book, and practice analyzing the books he or she reads. Taking turns reading a page, a paragraph, or a sentence at a time encourages children to use language to analyze, make predictions, and solve problems. It provides them with supportive opportunities to decode unfamiliar words, ask about new vocabulary words, and enhance comprehension. It is very important to remember that we don't stop reading aloud to children just because they get older. There's no age limit to how long you can enjoy reading side by side. Some children prefer to read alone and snuggle with a pet or a stuffed animal. There's research that shows this also creates a special bond that raises readers too. Roxanne read a thick blue book of stories. Scholastic currently says that the top 4 chapter books or series that children are enjoying are Harry Potter, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Magic Tree House, and The Chronicles of Narnia. When you find an author or series that your child enjoys, encourage the engagement with those books. Some students get frustrated when they see their classmates breeze through Harry Potter and other chapter books. Adults get tired while reading longer books aloud too. Listening to audiobooks is a fantastic way to support readers of all ages. When students hear how the reader uses expression, it builds their comprehension and ability to read aloud smoothly. It's not cheating. It's actually a fantastic way of boosting multiple reading skills. Our CCSD schools and local libraries also have free sources of audiobooks. Add extra minutes of reading per day by listening to books while walking, taking road trips, or the screen-free hour before bedtime. As with all books, engage your reader in conversations about the story. What do you think will happen next? Listen to one together to ensure your child knows that audiobooks are a fantastic choice. It is important to encourage your children to choose anything they want to read for as long as they can. Children are more likely to read when their interests are taken into account and they have control of how, where, and what to read. Also, allow that choice and joy of reading the same book over and over again. Remember that children reinforce their reading skills through repetition and memorization. Children are more enthusiastic readers when they have access to books with characters, stories, and images that reflect their own lives. Did you know picture books are not necessarily simple or just beginner-level books? They encourage children to process meaning in a different storytelling format. Graphic novels offer readers a complex opportunity to create meaning simultaneously through the pictures and words. Expand your definition of reading and remember, magazines, comic books, baseball cards, newspapers, websites, and joke books all count as reading. Scholastic research shows that "make me laugh" is the #1 characteristic kids look for when picking out a book to read for fun. Games are a great reading tool too. Crossword puzzles, Brain Quest, or Boggle all involve reading and wordplay. Roxanne read One Beautiful Summer Day, but we know that is not enough to form a habit. It takes 20 days of consistency for something to become a habit. When could your family tuck in more reading to reach the ultimate goal of 65 minutes per day? Could you read in the morning at the breakfast table or in the car? Could you read closed captioning while you're watching TV? Could you read while cooking or baking? Each family is different, so you must be intentional about making it fit naturally and purposely for you. Roxanne created a special experience by reading at the beach. But don't limit your child's reading to only the couch or special days. Leave books and materials around your home. When boredom strikes, convenient access is important to inspire children to make an independent choice to read. Make reading a family challenge with Reading Bingo. It mixes up the where, the what, and the when of reading. Have fun trying to complete 5 activities in a row or column. For example, the family in the picture is reading online, so they can check that off their bingo board. Tomorrow or later in the day, they can choose something else. We challenge you to use our template or create your own bingo board and fill it in with the choices that work for your family. Please view Part 2 of our 100 Ways to Raise a Reader series, where we share several other games to increase reading practice at home. As we conclude, why is this important for our children? Research has shown that students not reading proficiently by the end of 3rd grade are 4 times more likely to drop out of high school. We want to establish access, choice, and creativity as the literary foundation they need to be college and career ready when they graduate from high school. What should you do if your child needs further academic assistance? First, contact your school directly for support from your classroom teacher or literacy specialist. Ask about your school's online reading programs and personalized supports that are available for your child. Supports are also available at your local library branch and Boys and Girls Club.